All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to start by giving all praises, honor, and glory that's due to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rekakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth and who rule well. Peace, blessings, salutations to all the hopeful like Akim scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, giving all diligence to make your calling and election sure, as well as hastening the coming of our Lord Yahweh Shai. Okay, and this is 2023, the hopeful year of all the prophecies coming to pass, as it's been coined that by our elder apostle Tahar. Okay, and disclaimer before I read this article and play this video, this is not medical disinformation. I'm not giving any advice. I'm just simply reading an article. Okay, all right. I'm not giving any medical advice. I'm just reading the article, okay, and reading Bible scriptures. That's it. Okay, you got to do that for Esau Edom, man. All right, it says null, void, and of no effect, says Supreme Court judge who ruled against VACC nation mandate for healthcare workers. All right, it says Watertown, New York. In September 2021, there were protests against a state mandate that gave healthcare workers an ultimatum. Okay, get the CV-19 VACC nation or lose your job, right? As we can remember, around this time last year, this is what was going on. Well, it says September, but we remember this is what was going on. Everybody was in an uproar whether or not they should take the VACC nation. Okay. It says a New York State Supreme Court judge in Syracuse ruled Governor Kathy Hochul and the State Department of Health overstepped their authority by mandating a VACC nation that is not included in the state public health law. When the mandate took effect, Watertown Samaritan Health terminated 28 workers at its hospital and 2 nursing homes. I specifically remember this this story right here. It just came back to me. I remember that this was a thing. It says Lewis County Health System was forced to close its maternity ward as a result of the mandate. 6 employees of the unit resigned. It has yet to reopen. Senator Mark W. says he's encouraged by the decision. The judicial branch of government is being a true check of the executive here, and I think the judge got it right. It says Assemblyman Scott Gary says he's always been against mandates in general, but adds we've come a long way since 2021. So I'm gonna just play the video and let them get down to the point.
What do you like best about January?
I like the basketball season and NFL football. What do you like about January, Dad?
I like having a huge January clearance sale. Hi, I'm Sean Massey, the furniture guy.
Vaccine mandate that led to thousands of healthcare workers leaving their jobs all around New York State, including here in the North Country, now struck down by a state Supreme Court judge. 7 News reporter Lexi Bruning live tonight in studio with our top story.
Jeff, local state lawmakers are encouraged by the news. Hoping those who lost their job 2 years ago can come back.
Say no to the vaccine mandate.
In September 2021, protests against a state mandate that gave healthcare workers an ultimatum: get the COVID-19 vaccine or lose your job. But a ruling out last Friday calls the mandate, quote, null, void, and of no effect. A state Supreme Court judge in Syracuse ruled Governor Kathy Hochul and the State Department of Health overstepped their authority by mandating a vaccine that is not included in the state public health law. When the mandate, Samaritan Health terminated 28 workers at its hospital and 2 nursing homes. Lewis County Health System was forced to close its maternity ward as a result of the mandate. 6 employees of the unit resigned. It has yet to reopen. Senator Mark Walczak says he's encouraged by the decision.
The judicial branch of government is being a true check on the executive here, and I think the judge got it exactly right.
Assemblyman Scott Rice says he's always been against mandates in general, but adds we've come a long way since 2021.
Was there a risk to people if you didn't want to get vaccinated? Were you putting other people at risk? Absolutely. But, now, like you said, It's completely different with the environment that we're operating in now.
And Assemblyman Ken Blankenbush says there should have never been vaccine mandates in the first place and wrote, quote, "I hope this recent decision allows for hospitals to restaff with qualified individuals who made their own healthcare decisions regarding the COVID-19 vaccine." The State Department of Health says the mandate is a critical public health tool and it will be, quote, "exploring its options." Meanwhile, a couple local hospitals say they're waiting to learn more information.
All right, so what's not being said here? The title is null, void, and of no effect, and they're talking about the mandate that was put in place. But the actual VACC nation is null, void, and of no effect. It doesn't do what they told you it would do, right? Because everyone who got inoculated, who took the VACC nation, all right, they're still subject to catching the CV19. All right, so 2 quick scriptures, man. All right, I'm gonna go right here with Sirach 12. It says, "Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness." All right. It says, "Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as thou hast wiped a looking glass." You know, they put this older guy, Anthony F. I'm gonna just say F in front of people, and every chance they got, man, to sucker you people into taking the jab, and then people did it, man. All right, he looked humble. All right, he looked old. They said he was a doctor, and people believed him. Okay, it says, and thou shalt be unto him as thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away. And you got to consider the history, man, of every time Esau Edom came with some type of inoculation, man. The most common example of that is the Tuskegee experiment, man. All right. It says, "Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words, and be pricked therewith." It says, "Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts?" All right. So all these years later, well, 2 years later, man. All right, because it's 2023 right now. You know, people are starting to have side effects. All right, and they're starting to DIE all of a sudden. All right, and you know, trusting in Esau Edom's inoculation, man. Trusting in his VACC nation, man. All right, trusting in your enemy. All right, the scripture tell you right here, man, in Job 13:4, it says, "But ye are forgers of lies, ye are physicians of no values." So they lied to the people to get them to take this, and it turns out that it doesn't do what they told them, what they told everyone it was going to do. So now what? So as this year goes on, man, we're going to start to see more and more drama come from, and exposure of the truth come from what? Come from Esau implementing this VACC nation. Coming from people taking it, people having side effects of it, man. You know what I'm saying? I got to talk in circles. There's only so much you can say because of the, YouTube algorithm. And I must add again that this is not medical misinformation, okay? I'm not giving any advice. I'm just simply reading the article and reading scriptures. So the scriptures tell you in Salakia, the scriptures tell you, man, and I believe that's Isaiah 30. Woe unto them that go down to Egypt for help. All right, and trusting in your enemy, man. Woe unto you. Woe means destruction. So we're gonna see what the end is gonna be of the people, of the millions of people who took this inoculation in this country, man. We're gonna see what the end is gonna be of them. All right. So with that being said, shalom.